Welcome, everybody. It's been a while since I've created any content, and a week for me is a while. It feels like it's too long. Um, if you heard or was watching my Niknax auction sale yesterday, my voice was a lot worse. It's starting to come back to life and is not so like I don't have to push so much to be able to get words out. For a few days now, I was until yesterday morning, afternoon. I wasn't able to speak at all. I was sounding like a bad AOL connection with the disconnect with like an old uh first early 90s home phone. Like it was bad. Today is getting a lot better, a lot more comfortable. But yeah, a lot has been going on since or a lot I've been doing a lot, not a lot has been going on. I've been doing a lot since the holidays, and I feel like I'm really behind, but in a good way. I feel like when I do bring the videos out to share with y'all, you're still gonna enjoy them. So I enjoy them. Do any of y'all look at your content and go back and smile at it, and you're like, I did that, and that was a good memory, and you just carry a smile on your face? That's when you know it's really good. So don't let things like not getting enough views or sales aren't working out to give yourself a pat on the back. If you're doing your part, things will work out. So when things are great, like selling stuff, I am a reseller. Make sure to save during those really good times, because you will have at times little slow times, and they won't last too long as you continue to learn and get better at what you're doing. Anything. It doesn't have to be reselling. It could be anything that you want to do. What's in my hair? A little shiny thing? Something in my hair. No, it's just shining. It looked like something was in it. Um, oh, Lissa says, that title is gospel, Sonny. 100%. It's more the fear of the backlash from others that gets to us, unfortunately. So I didn't know it was gospel, and a lot of people wouldn't know that it was gospel if you're looking at the title, what it is actually now compared to what I had before. I always change the titles of my lives because I never really focus or have a plan on what I want to talk about. I just jump into it and do my best to enjoy myself, which I often do 99.99999 infinity percent of the times. Um, I have a good time, and I hope y'all do too. But I was looking at Chat GBT, and I said, Chat GBT, um, give me some fierce, strong titles about what did I put? I already got rid of the window. I forget the wordings, and that was one of the 20 that I put in there. For those that y'all are in here and gonna be watching later on, do y'all use Chat GBT? Or y'all using any AI type stuff? I've been using Chat GBT for a few months now, but not like hardcore into it. I just dabble in it, wordings and ask it questions and see what it comes up with. It's never really anything like some mastermind type of thing, like how do I get taller? How do I make my hair blacker? How do I make it more shinier? I really don't. I could do better at ChatGPT like anything else, but oh well. Doris, hello, Doris, and welcome. Sunny, hope you're feeling better. I am feeling better, and I hope the people that were messaging back in my community tab, and I really enjoyed that it's becoming more active on my end. Um, Let me take that back. Reword that. I enjoyed that I'm being more active in my community tab. And I say this because those who are out there, and regardless how big your YouTube channel is, take advantage of that. You don't always have to put out videos to communicate with others. You could share photos. I share stuff with me and Tip. Sometimes Carla and I, when she lets me take a photo. Sometimes my mother-in-law, sometimes of items that I come across. I think today or yesterday I shared the link of one of the glass items that I sold on Niknax. It was an Ingrid glass shoot. This I believe Poland artist, or was it German artist? But I found this site and it had like an index of stuff, and I thought it was pretty cool and interesting because I actually found one of the items that I was selling yesterday on that site, and I figured why not share it? And I got a few comments or one comment at least, one that stands out that it was pretty cool that I shared it because many people do not share information like that. And that makes me want to share more stuff. I don't know what I'm not sharing, but I want to make sure that when I come across sites or if I'm looking at something that I bring that information to you. So look in the description. And on YouTube, the description is a little weird. I wish, and I've said this before, I wish on YouTube that you could hover over the description under the video and it would open up completely and you could click, like eyes on, like see it all or close out of it, or just hover over it and get to see it. But I wish it was easier because there's a lot of information under that that could lead you to other accounts that I have, or even links that I want to share with you that you can learn from or take advantage of. Not everything is affiliate. I'm not really good at selling myself on affiliates, and I don't try to be. I just want to make content. I want to have fun doing it, and I think the way I express myself and what I want, I think I am doing it. I think how much fun I'm having shows and what other people on the other end that I'm buying from are coming across shows that I'm having a good time. Jackie, hello and welcome. We got Tom in the house. I did run into Tom. I think 2 weeks ago, or was it last week, Tom? But it was cool. He was right behind me and he said something. I turned around, I was like, hey man. So always good to see him. Nomadic Flipper, what's going on? This is a buddy of mine that I started following on TikTok, and then lo and behold, now on Instagram and here on YouTube. Check out his YouTube channel. It's very fascinating of what he's doing, and this is one thing. When I have a family, I want to be doing as well. I want to bring my kids along if they're interested in it, and teach them what they could do themselves, rather than depending on a company. Unless they don't want to do what I'm doing or anything remotely close to it and be content with working for a company. I'm okay with that. I just want them to experience things and know that there's options out there. As I was growing up as a kid, I only thought I was only allowed, like, I felt my only options were oil fields, road construction. I remember working in the coal mines, San Miguel lignite coal mines out in Christine, Texas. And that's just a few of the things that I've done. At a legal age, I used to work in the fields as well, picking watermelons, string beans, and stuff like that. So I have a pretty big resume of jobs that I've done, but I have never been this happy reselling. Like, people say it's not a job, it's a job because it pays the bills. But it's a like a freedom job. You get to do whatever you want with it if it works out for you. Just like any other job, like you could work for a company and do your best and enjoy it, and you feel like you have freedom to do everything else on your time off. Um, and I got to experience that. I got some really good jobs in the past, and my last job was probably my best job. Um, I was making around 60,000. I could have made way more, and I think I did the last year I was working at the Win because of overtime that I was doing. Sometimes it was more like voluntold, you have to do overtime. But there was enough people coming in towards the end, so I didn't really do that. But it's pretty cool to be like, I want a $60,000 job. I used to want to get out of the entry level and get away from like 18 to 20 to $24,000 a year because that's not how much you're getting. You're getting a lot less than that, and taxes that you're paying for shopping, buying food, anything else that you're, purchasing right there and then, only to be taxed on your taxes at the end of at the year. And that makes me scratch my head literally. And on top of that, I was talking to my wife about registration, and if there's anybody overseas, I remember last year somebody commenting. I think I shared a photo on my community tab that I was at the DMV. I was getting my renewing my car registration, and somebody left a comment saying, "Why do y'all keep doing that every year here in the UK or wherever they're at overseas? They only do it once when they get their vehicle." And I was telling my wife about this. She was like, "It's a scam." But my wife always feels like everything is a scam. It's just one of those things. Just not literally. Is just like a joking way. Like, people just want your money, and it's kind of funny because a lot of people want money, and I used to want so much money, And this is where it goes back to my old job. I was getting what I wanted. I was doing really good, but money didn't make me happy. The more you want, the more you got to do. And it wasn't working out for me. I'm a people person, but there's just too much negativity that I can't take. And that really had me pull the trigger on saying, you know what, I'm going to go resell full time. I've been doing it long enough. My wife is not going to sign that permission slip. And I respect her with everything that I am as a husband and her partner. But I felt like on this one, like, okay, there's some things where I got to put my foot down and show her that I mean business. And I have been doing really, really good. I've narrowed down a lot of things in reselling. I I used to cross list all over the place. I may get back to that. What I've been hearing on other people's channels is that Vendu is free. Um, and I forget who I was talking to. I think it was John Flipping Ain't Easy. I think I was talking to him about it, and they're like, wait, no, Vendu is not completely free. It's free to try, but then you got to pay for it. But if any of you are using Vendu up in here, if you could share some information on there, if it's free or if there's a monthly membership. I've tried List Perfectly. I love List Perfectly. It worked out well, and it helped me for what I was doing and how things were working out. To know that eBay was my go-to, my top tier platform to resell, whether I want to try and list as much as I can or just be smarter with my time. And it was Chad from damn it, I always forget the name, but him and his wife out in Texas are pretty damn cool. And one of his speeches at the Boss Reseller Remix was talking about time management, working smarter, not harder. And we talk about that a lot. And a lot of people say it. And for me, this time, it was more of being organized, saving time, having a smooth process that I invest in that's going to give me a lot more time back to kick my feet up, elevate them, watch some TV, um, and enjoy life more rather than just enjoying how much cha-chings I hear throughout the week. That's amazing to have and that opportunity to be independent, but I want more time to just do less work. And I think a lot of people want that. I think a lot of people want more money and do less for it. And as a reseller, you just learn how to be a smarter shopper, a bargain shopper when it comes to say flea markets or garage sales. And I think I'm doing pretty good for making less than what I was making at the job that was a lot more, but a lot more was involved in it from my time. And I'm glad I got it back, believing in myself. Little Mama Stalker, happy New Year. Thank you very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy holidays. To me, it still feels like the holidays. The life is so giving, and it's cool to get away from family at the same time. To be like, okay, back to business. Let's get going. I was able to go at the Goodwill grand opening, and I have content recorded for that. And when Carrie and I also sold at the flea market once again, it was super cold. We had a friend with us, Matt, um, not for my society. It was cold as hell. I couldn't talk very much, so I felt like my second superpower, other than my hair, that I didn't make as much sales. Like I really feel like when I talk to people when I'm selling at the flea market that they're like, "Hey, this is a cool guy. I want to buy something from them that they actually need, not just buy stuff because they feel I'm friendly," which I am. I believe I am. But it was good either way. I made money. I got rid of more stuff. I have less stuff to sell there from my garage, but now, which is one thing I've been working on, is getting rid of my storage unit. I still have it. It was only supposed to last 2 to 3 months. I think it's been like 6 months now, or going on 6 months. So that's 100, and now it went from 160 up to 170. I think now it's like a little over 180. So when you get a storage unit, for those who are thinking about it, they say the prices for these things or whatever price that they give you, and then they tell you you need to get insurance. And I'm like, what? I don't care if it gets stolen, not really. I don't want it stolen, but there's things on top of that as well. And speaking of storage units, Mikey Bags of Money, if you haven't seen his video, he got in his storage units. I think he has 2 videos out now of his storage locker find, and the first one was pretty awesome with his sister reacting to something inside something that he found, and I was watching the second one, I didn't finish it. Um, but I've been wanting to get in storage units, but I still have my responsibility of something. My priority and responsibility, humilities. My priority is still cleaning out my area, which is coming along, and the flea market is helping me sell a lot of stuff. And I'm also listing back on eBay. I got it for about 3 months. I wasn't I wasn't doing promoted ads. I wasn't paying for ads in anything for 3 months. I was testing how it works, which I used to not use. And then when it came along, I gave into it and I saw a big difference. And I figured, let me get rid of it and see what happens. And it was just a big pile of poop. It wasn't worth doing. I should have just stuck to promoted ads. My promoted ads are 2.3%. I got that number from J Ride Flips. Um, who's an awesome guy. I was with him yesterday. If you're not checking out his channel, make sure to check him out. But I think he said that number, and I figured, like, why not? Let me try 2.3. Why not 2.1 or whatever? So he said it. I'll try it, and I've been doing very well. I don't have too much listings up right now. For those who are all in here or coming in afterwards, how much platforms are you selling on, and how many items do you have listed? So if you're cross listing, don't add all those separately to make it sound like a big number. Just give me the actual number amount of that one item, of items. I think I have around 84, 84 items on eBay. I ended up cleansing out my eBay of things that have been sitting around. I've sold majority of those at the flea market. And I'm just bringing my best stuff over to eBay. I was looking at my average sell price is around, I think it went from $53 down to, I think, $43, 53 to 43. Yeah, it had a big jump down. But I'm doing very well. I'm just getting back to getting organized and listing on eBay. Not daily though. I need to do more daily listings. It's my struggle. No actual reason, rhyme or reason. It's just, you could call it laziness, but I'm doing other things like selling on Niknax, which has been amazing. There's a lot more people that's been getting accepted on Niknax after a little wait. And once you get that approval, folks, do not take it for granted. List more stuff or have auctions going on. I have had some very good auctions on Niknax to where I only want to do Niknax auctions, but I do have a whatnot scheduled on the 21st. It's going to be like an animal themed auction with a whole bunch of reselling friends, some from Niknax going over to whatnot, and they're on both platforms. And it's a lot of fun. I enjoy the auctions, but mainly more on Niknax. I feel like I screwed myself over when I started on whatnot, going into dollar sales, trying to just entice people to come over, like, hey, I got a good starting deal. And that's what people are expecting, the low dollar payouts. And that's not any blame on them. That's complete blame on me for not just sticking to my guns of what I'm preaching to people now. List items at what you feel you're comfortable with if it sells at that bottom price. So don't get caught up in needing to sell items for a dollar. But then again, I do have items that even on Niknax that I feel is fun and it gets the crowd going, of starting items for a dollar that I've already profit on things. So it's kind of paying it forward. And if it only sells for a dollar, which these dollar items do not sell for a dollar, they end up selling for around 15 to $18 at times. I don't think anything less than that, but I think why it goes up in value is because the items are unique. So when you have something, it's really hard on whatnot to bring people in compared to Niknax, because on Niknax is all the other platforms, you're going to see somebody live and you click on it because it's interesting, rather on whatnot, you kind of have to follow the people already. And even if you follow them, you don't always see the alerts that the people that you follow, your friends, are on. So I like the way Niknax is and how people come along. And I've been self promoting myself on there. And with just me alone on Niknax, I've been averaging, well, this last one, I had around, I would say maybe 80 people in my show, and I did very well. My this show I did uh 16 items listed, one items from my buy it now sold, and the knickknacks before I had 15 items, and I think 14 items sold because I forgot I still had one more item inside my thing. I thought I went through them all and I didn't see it. And I'm enjoying it. Numbers wise, like not just people that are following me on there, are people jumping in on there. I've had up to 300 people on Niknax, and I could never do that on my own on Whatnot. I'm not saying that I can't, but as of my experiences of auction sales on Whatnot, I have not had that. Um, People jump in on lives and be there consistently. Those numbers were just 280 to 300. And I was like, wow. And I was trying not to show my excitement or get all gaga and like, it was fun. It was exciting. Um, but there could only be one winner when it comes to auctions. And I'm glad that my stuff that are selling, I'm selling out every time. And I say my numbers like 15 and 16 because that's exactly how much I had in my auctions. And you don't need a lot. Just get quality items, promote yourself the best that you can. Don't cross your fingers, believe in yourself and spread the word. People have been tagging me on Instagram about shows or things that they have for sale. And I've been sharing them in my stories. And I hope that people are seeing it and saying, oh, Sonny's sharing something, then it has to be good. At least I hope. Because it's all opinionated of what's good, what's you like, what you don't like. So um I started focusing more on documenting my journey on YouTube instead of trying to create. I feel like it comes out more authentic. And it does, Nomadic Flipper, it does come out authentic. And you're very good with the camera and how you do things is really good quality um recording. Really good. And I like that, especially somebody who has a digital media degree. I do not use all of my skills from digital media on my content because when I started, I felt at first that I shouldn't blow people out of the water, as in like, oh wow, the edit, you had these special effects. And I wanted to just grow little by little because how I see it, when I see that myself from people that are starting out, I feel like you're good on your own already. You have it figured out. There's other people that are struggling and I want to see what they need help on, and maybe I could add my 2 cents if they're asking for it. Um, But it is also awesome to see people throw in their skill set on stuff and be like, "Ooh, that looks cool." Maybe that, will spark an idea for your own videos or your own editing or even crafts. There's a lot of craft people out there that repurpose items from jewelry to apparel, and it's you always gotta learn, you gotta be a sponge. But for me, now that I have grown to where I'm at after 6 years, I feel like now I need to up it a little bit, and now I'm implementing, like, editing and having items that I find float across the screen. Just something simple, nothing too long, nothing crazy. It just still focuses on the item that I have to make it almost like promoting the item even more to bring in interest of somebody wanting to buy it rather than, hey, I found this item and I hope you're interested and you buy it. Now I'm pushing it that these items that I have are either on Niknax more than anything. Or eBay, or if somebody just straight messages me and says, "Hey, I'm interested in that particular item," and I usually reply back, "Message me, email me," and I do. I now have more viewer clients, viewer sales. I think that's the term for it. So, and that's good because that's what I want. I want it to be easier and simple, not only for me, but people who are watching if they're interested to get that item. And there are times where there's several people who want the same item. So I just do a first come, first serve. Sometimes that person will take the first person will take like say 3 days to reply back. And I'm like, okay, I can't hold on to this too long. I'll go to the second person, and it usually doesn't go past the second person. But I don't tell people like on offer up that I get when I message people, right? You're interested in an item. Hey, is this still available? That infamous is still available, and then you get ghosted. I do not ghost people, so people ghost me. Uh, and they say, yeah, this item's still available. Hey, when's the fastest I could get it? And usually it's the next day. Not I rarely have it the first day, but on offer up, it's one where people just don't even reply back. But I will have that number one person end up days later, like, "Hey, I'm interested," and I reply back, "I'm sorry, it's already sold. I waited a little bit." And usually they're pretty cool about it, like, "Oh, yeah, my fault. I had stuff going on." And that's what I feel bad about is that's life, right? Like things happen and you just sometimes you just forget, even if you don't have anything going on, you're just it just slips your mind. Little Mama Stalker, great tip and strategy. I never really talk about reselling too much on my lives, but I'm gonna start opening up to more of like my business and numbers and stuff like that. Um, some people don't like to share those numbers because of taxes, but you should always pay your taxes, regardless how much you make. Go through the process, even if for some reason, like the city that you pay taxes on says like don't you don't have to report that. Do it next year when you reach this amount, Like still file it so you know the process and you don't feel like, "Oh, what's going on? What do I got to do?" It's always good to ask questions and be ahead of the game and what to do. And not my accountant. Is that one of them? Is that Jonathan? What's his name? Julian? No. I haven't met him, but he has really good content that comes out. And he is I need to look at his name. Maybe one of y'all mentioned it in here. Simply Shenanigans. Hello. Jody. Hi, Simply. Doris, Sonny, you and Carla will make great parents. Carla is a great parent to me, so she will be a great parent to me and our child. Thanks, man. I'm doing my best, giving my family the best life experience possible. The full-time RV life is definitely interesting. Um, that's one like when I talk about my dad, I always bring up like we had hard times and we bump heads, but I quickly remind people that we are now really good people. And reading this comment right here, like I wish I was one of the kids that wanted to spend more time at home and get to really learn more about my dad and my mom. Um, growing up, we're really tight-lipped. Like me and my brothers, we played until my sister came along, and then, I was the big brother. I'm the oldest, so I would be the babysitter of them. And I feel like that wasn't fair to be like, I'm a kid. Why do I need to be a parent? Like you do it. And those were some really tough times. And I wish I would have spent more time with my dad. I just got finished talking to him today, and I had to let him go because his girlfriend got him some, I believe, chicken enchiladas. And I was like, man, that sounds good. But I wish I had more memories with my parents of just like eating with them at the table or getting to pick their brain or asking them stuff like, "Do you know any jokes?" And I do that now with Carla. I did that yesterday. We were driving home and we're really quiet people. Believe it or not, me and my wife and my mother-in-law were quiet. Like I love that my house is boring. It's peaceful. Like it's zen all around. And I'm trying to learn more about my wife. And I say this with this comment because it's been in my head for months of wanting to learn more about my family and not just my parents. Uh, now I don't have any more grandparents, but I was trying my best with my grandma before she passed away, asking her about her and her life and how she met my grandpa. And that's a crazy story, but it's a fun one and one I'm glad I asked when I could because it would be one less thing that I wouldn't have a memory of her. And I think memories are very valuable, which is why sharing content on social media like YouTube or wherever you post it, it's the new age photo album. It's just now audio, digital. You no longer need to or gonna forget what somebody sounds like, what they said, what they shared, a funny moment, a bad moment, like good or bad, it's all good because it's learning how to get through stuff that makes it even better. Life's an obstacle. You just got to figure out how you want to go around it or through it. So Nomadic Flipper to you and your family. I really love that you have that bond with your family, and I hope that one day I do too. Because family is everything, even the black sheep. And I say that because I used to be one of those black sheeps. I was a really bad kid. I was in juvenile. I've been arrested. Um, and I've just learned along the way, like I tell people, don't do things to have you looking over your shoulder, especially as a child, as a kid, as a young teenager who wants to do something in life. Having a record will affect your future. Maybe not for everything with the way things are going online. You don't need a background check necessarily for selling online, so that's another opportunity of reselling for those who are trying to do something with their life and keep getting slapped in the face for something that they did, they paid back for, they've been slammed for it, and they are trying to do better. Like, everybody could change. I believe that. I'm optimistic in that way. So this is a pretty cool opportunity in this day and age to be like, man, I screwed up, but I could fix that. I could do better, and prove it to yourself. Don't prove anything to anybody else. Prove it to yourself. And that'll get you a long way when what people think of you and you have your own mindset, they don't control you. You control yourself. And that pisses off a lot of people when they can't control you because you're independent. Um, Save her first. What is going on? I have not seen your channel in a minute. Um, and $4.99. Thank you very much. I don't think I could do the dolphin noise, uh, like Cat the Nurse Flipper stuff, which I love. I make fun of it, but I love the original dolphin of hers. But thank you so much. Happy New Year's to you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're getting a lot of sales in. How are you? Tell people in the chat what it is that you do and when you sell. And hopefully people go over and check you out too. We got Rob, who I have been seeing all over the place on social media. I was just talking about Niknax, and he shared on Instagram that he just got approved, I believe, on Niknax. Congratulations, Rob. He comes across amazing stuff. Rob in the past has reached out to me and said, if I find any Rolex, he is very experienced in them. He has sold several. I'm pretty sure he knows how to get them fixed, who to go to, and things like that. So, other than Rolexes, like he has some really cool stuff. And I believe he also has a live talk on his show if he didn't stop. And if he did, I would get back to it. Right now, the podcast kind of mindset of the world is kicking off, folks. And I've been wanting to do it for probably around 6 months, even longer. And it may happen. The only thing is I've been trying to find people who to do a podcast with that I mesh well. We have good conversation back and forth naturally. Somebody that I actually know or people that I actually know. And it is in the works, working out some things. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited to share another aspect of things that are on my mind. I won't stop doing these lives. I love these lives unless I can't talk, which I'm glad I'm able to talk now. But it's gonna be fun. This year, like every year, is gonna be fun. Last year was an amazing year. Can any of y'all guess how many? And I'm gonna write this down, folks. I'm gonna write this down. How much people do we got in here? 33 people. Um, if you love Goodwill, or even if you don't, I have a giveaway. All right. This is brand new. It's not the one I just lifted up. This is the one I've been using. This one's brand new. And I may do something juicy. All right, folks. So what's funny about this? I was at the Goodwill grand opening with Mikey Bags of Money. I was this plus one, and we gotta meet some really cool people over there. And made some really good connections with Goodwill. For those who are here in Las Vegas or at the time when I get more information about this, Goodwill has tours and people that they work with to who are going through some things or need special assistance and things like that. All of the above, all things that I think many of us have gone through. There's people out there facing challenges, and Goodwill is doing their part to help people get on their feet and be independent. So they have tours of what they do, and they asked me if I wanted to be part of it. I said I would love to. but can I record? Because I'll love to share more of what Goodwill does other than just shopping inside a thrift store, and sharing with you what I find and what things sell for, as you all know, as through reselling, which is infamous for it, the content at least. So they said, yes, you could record. And I'm not gonna say this next part because I don't want to jinx it. It'll be a lot of fun. But when I get more information about it, I'm gonna try to get it like a set date to invite people to join me and get to learn more about Goodwill and share that information out there. I think that that'll be really cool. But there's something that I really want to work on. But uh, one of the head honchos in Goodwill was talking about something, and my eyes lit up, and I said, "Why not involve resellers and YouTube content creators, right? To build community." And for those of you who have been following me for a little bit, I'm all about community. All right. We're not all in the same communities, but in my community, I'm about lifting people up. So there might be something that's going to be really fun happen in the future. I don't know when, but I'm crossing my fingers that this works out. So I'll give y'all a heads up when that happens. So if people want to come join, I'll get more numbers if there happens to be quite a bit of people who want to go, of what like the max number amount could go to, and maybe do something, maybe go do a thrift before, after, and go eat afterwards. I think it'll be a pretty good hangout to do with one another. Um, money makes me happy. Voice sounds poop, but the hair always looks great. Oh, really? Really, Archie? My hair looks great. Not the comment you left on somebody else's channel. I saw that comment, my friend. I work smarter and harder. I do believe that. Money moves gens. What's going on? Money moves gens. When are we gonna go thrift together? Tom says, "Sorry, Sonny, I was gonna stop, but I was cold. It was cold. And it was windy on Sunday. It was cold, but it wasn't as cold as Saturday because of the overcast. Texas lady, we got a Tejas. And where's everybody from? What state? What country? What island? What ocean? Where y'all from? And what time is it where you're watching? I only have 239 on eBay, nothing on others. Started selling about 7 months ago. That's awesome. 239 is really good. The most I've ever had was like 427, somewhere around there. I've never had more than that. And I like I if things didn't sell, I would have easily got into like 1,000. But I'm doing a lot better at selling items that sell pretty fast. And on the flip side, I have items that I've been sitting on for a while because of the price that I want to sell them for, and I know their worth. So I do have things that sell fast, and I do have things that I know is gonna take a while to sell, and I'm okay with that. I do what I enjoy doing the way I want. For people that are like, you want a faster turnaround for every item that you have, kudos to you. But I like my process. Don't let anybody else tell you different unless it actually helps your business. But there's more to that of what sells fast and what takes longer, because some of the things that for me sells in a long period of time, other people are selling faster. I don't know how, but that's just one of those mysterious things on eBay. When you have, say, this particular item, same size, color, quality, brand new with tags, sealed, and 20 other people list after you in their sales, and you just stay stuck. No matter what you do, or even if you use their exact title and you change yours to the item specifics, to the description, to the freaking shipping, like for some reason your item just doesn't sell. I have a few of those, and I'm like, I will not give up on you, item. I believe on you. I believe in you. And that's just my weirdness. I do talk to my items that way. Do any of y'all talk to your items that way? Which reminds me, I haven't been to therapy in probably a month. I think I have one coming up in 2 weeks. So I'm going to talk to them about it. See if they have any reseller tips. Can you imagine if they do? That'd be awesome. I'm still waiting. Farsack Jack, Mr. Always in all caps. I think his cap button's broken because everywhere I see this guy at, his comments are always capitalized. I always feel like he's yelling at everybody. Um, how you doing, man? Junk Gorilla. Oh, look, he got some lower caps on there, so it's not broken. Crystal Shabon, what's going on? Hello, welcome. We got Mikey Bags of Money up in here, up in here. He will have a live tomorrow, folks. I'm pretty sure at 6 p.m. Once Carla usually leaves to work at that time is when I go and hop on when Mikey's on. So go and check him out. I was telling Mikey that I'm really glad that he's back to his lives. When I started following Mikey, he was doing that every was it Thursdays at the time or was it still Fridays? But he was doing it all the time, and then things happened and we started getting away from it. Or he started getting away from it, and we were dabbling in stuff and things didn't work out. But I feel like we started going back to the basics of what and how we started, and it makes a huge difference. So when you find that you're lost or things aren't working, folks, go back to what was. Go back to the basics. The basics will take you a long way. And then sometimes you need a refresher. You need a refresher on things to be reminded that these little things make a huge difference. And with social media, particularly here on YouTube, I am doing really good doing less content. I was telling Archie this, I think, the other day. Last week he was talking, him and I were talking over the phone, and I was talking about having 1 million views, which is amazing. But it's taken me around 6 years to get 1 million views with all of the hundreds of videos that I have. When I started doing YouTube, I was doing graphics because that's when I was at Leeward Community College. I was going for my associates in digital media, and I was having to do projects. So I figured, why not do it on YouTube? And I could check it out later. And why not? Maybe one will hit and get some big views, right? Never happened. Never happened. But they're cool things to look at and be like, wow, I actually did that. And also, this takes me back to a place of where I was. I was in college, I was on the military, I was struggling financially. And Carla said, hey, your pizza job sucks. It's great. And you bring pizza home every day, but it's only a personal size. And you, husband, are a fat boy and you need a large. And we need to change some stuff up and get some bills paid. We're too tight and crunching down on our savings that were already being depleted because Hawaii is expensive. And Carla and I were on our own. We weren't depending on anybody. So she said, go to school. The VA will pay for it. So I ended up going to school just to get a better paycheck. And then it wasn't until the year after, the semester after, is when another veteran was like, hey, you hungry? And I was like, nah, man, I'm broke. He was like, how you broke? We just got paid. And I was like, no, we didn't get paid. He was like, yeah, FAFSA hit already. And I was like, what's FAFSA? And he was like, dude, literally right there and then. Thank you to this guy. I forget his name. He was like, let's go to the accounting office or the VA office, whatever it was, there at the college, and I signed up for FAFSA or in the library. I think I signed up in the library, and right there and then it was like you are approved. It took like 15 minutes to fill out FAFSA FAFSA, and right there and then I was like, oh man, I didn't know you could do that. I thought it was double dipping from getting disability, which I have not too often talked about because it's disability, right? I didn't have very much at the time. I had like 15%. So when I got this extra money from FAFSA, it was like, he just said, just keep passing your classes and keep signing up for this, and you'll be good. You have some extra cash, pay for your books and things that you need to get. And I was like, oh, this was like a heaven sent, thanks to this guy who took the time to just get to know me for a moment and find out a lot that I needed to do, and it helped out big times. So that was really cool. So there's things out there that you could get. You're not double dipping. And that's what I thought. I didn't want to be in trouble for like getting two types of payments. And you live and you learn, right? Amazing Jesse was it. Jesse is a buddy also on TikTok, which I am being more and more active in on TikTok. There's a whole nother community out there of resellers that I am enjoying. Like I want to share a part, but not really. It's a sad story. But it's fun. Like you jump in panels. Sometimes you're invited. Um, the kings of eBay. Brian has been inviting me on to his TikTok panel, and guy's very cool. Every time I've gone on with him, Carry American Arbitrage was the first one. He jumped in the thing. He said he's seen me on there, and then he's been following Brian for a while, and he jumped in the panel and they're talking. And then last night I was with Brian again. He invited me on, and it was a really good talk. And Art Gacho, the art of resale, ended up popping in and they were like, "Oh, art," and people were loving art, and I love that. And people were loving Carrie. It was like I love that people know my friends, right? And they are popular people too, but for really good reasons. Like they are working their butts off, and I like that communities, like I talk about often, are getting together and getting along. It's really fun. So to see like Nomadic Flipper, and then the amazing Jesse was which he always comes in to into a chat just like that was so it reminds me of the old commercial which I had to go back and look at on YouTube, the original with that commercial is funny. Like you cannot stop watching these dudes just be on the phone being dudes. Mikey, tell Court I said hello. Lala girl, hello, welcome. I'm still laughing at your video today. I have not seen today's video. I was seeing the last one, so I need to catch up. Wait, or am I confusing the two? No, I didn't see today's. I had to go get Carla's Popeye's chicken earlier. What's up, Glenn? Swan Picker, which I believe I just seen Glenn over on TikTok as well yesterday, which is awesome. It's a good combo, folks. So if you're not on TikTok, go check it out. Sometimes you don't even need to leave any comments, just do lives. Especially if you're like, oh, I don't even be by myself. Just send me a request. I'll do my best to join. Sonny, no more Zen when the baby's coming along. Uh I feel it in my head, Doris, and I've had this like vision of me having kids, smiling, knowing that Carla's gonna be asleep and we're gonna be out fishing. We're gonna be out hiking. We're gonna be out number one thrifting. Like they're gonna be out and about. And I told Carla she's gonna be pissed when she wakes up and we're out the house and you'd be like, "Where you at? Why don't you have breakfast?" Like, hey, snooze you lose, girl. You want to take your time and sleep in? We're out here living a life. We're just making it do what it do. Come catch up. Get an Uber. Doris, Mikey Supercore just got finished watching the opening of the unit. It was hilarious. Oh, so that okay, that was the one, the second one then. I was watching that one. I was thinking like, my days are wrong? I get my days jumbled up all the time. Wanda Arnold, hello, Miss Wanda. How are you doing? Thanks, Doris. I got the jewelry box from Sunny. Oh yeah, that's right. I gave them 2 to 3 boxes. If you need more, Mikey, I haven't done any jewelry sales, so let me know. But they are really nice, pretty little jewelry boxes that we got from Doris and her husband. She ended up sending some stuff out. And then I'm using my phone for my camera. If not, I would be able to tell you uh their information, but I'll do that next time. I'll have that. I'll do an unboxing, but I got sent more jewelry and not from YouTube, from TikTok. So I haven't opened it up. I'm really excited about it. I am thinking about having another jewelry sale coming up soon. I was interviewed the other day by Desiree, who has the jewelry. I'm gonna put her link right here. The jewelry. I can't remember the name, so I'm pretty sure the keywords are gonna pop in. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna go look at my history. History is the Jewelry Reseller Podcast. I'm about to plug her in right now. So I am gonna butcher her name, so I'm sorry. But I just put the link in there. I was interviewed by her. And folks, I've been interviewed by a lot of people, which is probably less than a dozen. But to me, it's a lot. A lot of this is still new to me, as much as I've been on YouTube and know quite a bit of people. There's a lot of new stuff that's still going on for me, and I love it because it's like so fun. But I was interviewed about jewelry and how I came about it and stuff like that. It was a really good talk. It is one of the popular video that she has put out, and I take a lot of oh, she's right here. I take a lot of pride in it. So she has this channel, but she also has the link that I just put down. So make sure to follow both. And I was talking to her about it. I will share a little bit of insight about getting to know her in person here in Vegas, and to where and what she's doing now. So when I first met her, and I talked about this in her podcast, um, very friendly, very welcoming, but also shy. And she told me that she gets anxiety from being around crowds and stuff like that. So I think the first time we were maybe at the Benz with the Trash to Cash podcast when they came to Vegas the second time, and then we went over to the dinner, the actual meet and greet with the guys. Carrie, who I just dropped off at the airport this morning, he's going to Florida. They have another event with Kevin and Dave out in Florida, another Trash to Cash bash. And I hope they have a lot of fun. I hope the weather is better than here in Vegas, which is cold. What's the temperature in your area? But I remember her stepping away, and I was like, oh man, that's the anxiety from being around people at the bash. And then seeing her fast forward to the Boss Reseller remix, I didn't see much of that. Like, I am really happy that she was comfortable. And it takes a lot. Carla was talking to me about this the other day, 2 days ago, because the VA was asking questions if I need any assistance with living and stuff like that. How, they could help Carla maybe get paid for some stuff, and for things that she helps me out on, which I don't think she'll get. Like, I'm pretty good on my own, but you never know what the VA looks at and be like, no, you definitely need this. And if they want to give it, by so be it. But she was asking me, she was like, babe, how do you, I know you have problems with people like being in big crowds. Like, how do you do it when you're, say, the Boss Reseller Remix or the flea market, or concerts that we go to? And I was like, well, do you notice where I go to every time, just about? And she was like, what do you mean? I was like, where do I sit, or how do I want to sit, even in a restaurant? And, and she was thinking, she was like, well, you're always facing the door. And I was like, why would you think I want to face the door based off what you know about me? And she was like, because you want to see if there's a threat coming in. And I was like, yeah, like, I'm still on pilot mode, and I'm trying to get out of it. But it's always good to be on guard too. And I'm a lot less anxious and like super alert of people that are coming in the door. They're not a threat. It's just my mindset of PTSD and from the military really was stuck on me that way for a long time. And not until recently, when I started reselling full time, I've been able to let loose and relax. Although I still do the same things like face the door or sit at the very back of a building, I already am aware of where my exits are, and everybody should always be aware of where exits are, or if something happens, what would you do? And I've even run drills like that with my wife in the house. Like, if something happens, this is where the gun's at. You get your mom upstairs, or have her go to the bathroom and lock every door in between. And you're calling 911 and all these extra stuff that I won't go into details about. But it's really good to what if there's a fire? Like, a lot of people don't understand that there's a lot of accidents that people go through, and they never done these what if situations and run scenarios. The more you practice on things, the more you will efficiently and swiftly react, that will help save your life or maybe even others. And it doesn't have to be like a threat, like somebody armed coming into your house. It could be something like a fire or somebody choking. Like, these first aid practices of mouth to mouth, like, it's really good to know this stuff, and I think everybody should go through that. I honestly feel like that should be a requirement in every state and city, is just to go through these practices. Even if you don't want to get certified for it, at least know how to do it. Because what if you're the only one? There's a lot of times people are just by themselves, and you see videos about it all the time of hundreds, 50 to 100 people reacting. Oh, like, oh my gosh, that baby's choking and nobody's doing nothing. But then there's always, fortunately, that one person that's like, oh, wait, I've done some training. I'm not gonna just sit here and do nothing. I'm gonna do something, and they try. So I think it's really good practice to know that stuff. May Oahu 1653. That would be 4:53. That's military time. Wanda, Kentucky, 853. We got Christian, Arul, Squirrel in the house. How are you? Jackie, Connecticut, 953. So 3 hours ahead. Biscuit Butt Archie, Sonny, you're a close second to us racer. Sorry about facts. Oh, Western Texas here, 70 miles from New Mexico, 61 degrees. It's been like mid 40s the past few days here. Down to 10 on the down to 10 on the weekend. So that's snowing, right? I think it's like 32 degrees to start snowing. At least here, it could be a little over 32. We'll get some flurries. Uh Throwing shade about the hair comment. Uh Doris, 6:54 p.m. Southern Califas. Texas Lady became a member. Oh, thank you so much, Texas Lady, because you just reminded me of something. So a few videos ago, I was talking about how I removed all the memberships. I just felt some way about it. I am very not compulsive. I am very in the moment at times, like spontaneous. So I ended up removing them because I just felt some kind of way about it. And I love everybody that was supporting and were members. And I was talking to my wife about it, and she said, "Babe, you should have talked more about it with your members and said, you want to do something, want to work on something, you don't know what, but you want to do it." She was like, "Next time, talk to them because that's what they're doing." And I love my wife for that because I don't think like that all the time. I'm learning how to be a civilian more than anything. And what I say about a civilian in the military, you hear things, you read things, you follow instructions, and you stick to it. There is no give. You are a box. You are perfect. You are a cubicle, and there is no changing you until somebody tells you got to change for them because they outrank you. In the civilian world, it's not that way. There are a lot more feelings. There are a lot more emotion. There's a lot more empathy. There's a lot more of being content, which I love that about being a civilian. You can be content when things are working out and be okay with that. You can love life, being content with what you're doing. But I want more. And for me, more with community is always wanting to give back. And thinking about it after hearing what my wife said, because it did sting. And that made me think about things that I wasn't thinking about with the members. And I value everybody's time and your support, whether it's a thumbs up, a comment, and even none of that, and just sending out good vibes to me and other people. um like that's all I could ever ask for. But my wife said, you need to bring the memberships back, and you need to do something that matches what you are and what you want to do. And that was one thing I was talking to Archie about this too. And my membership that I have, I believe it's called Pay It Forward. There shouldn't be two. There's I believe it's called Pay It Forward, or something along those lines. So the memberships are going to be, I think, 4.99. And what these memberships do on YouTube, for those who don't know, on the 21st, if it's not a Sunday or a Saturday, you get paid on the 21st from your YouTube views and your memberships or super chats and things like that. So what I'm going to do with the memberships and funds that I get from all of the above that I just mentioned, the super chats, there's some other one. It's not a super chat. It's like I see it in the comments every now and then under a video. And I was like, "Oh, what is that?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, also another option to support." But anyways, the memberships and the funds, super funds, things like that, they are gonna go towards me finding something that I feel is gonna be pretty cool, like a bundle. And I'm gonna be doing giveaways at the end of the month. Again, I that pays out on the 21st if it's not like a Sunday or a weekend. So for those who are wanting or interested, who just got it Texas later, a membership, that's what is gonna entitle. And some of that will be going back to the members of things that I'm gonna be doing just for the members. But there are also things that they are pretty much paying it forward, and me finding stuff of what people like me finding, and that kind of realm of what I enjoy finding and you enjoy me looking for, which is a lot of fun. So those are gonna be some cool little treats and new discovers of like, ooh, is that gonna be part of a giveaway? So it'll be once a month. And for today, I am gonna do a giveaway. It's gonna be a juicy one. There's only 35 to 36 people in here, probably the least amount of people that I've ever had, maybe because of the title. Not sure, but either way, I'm having fun. So back to the story. When I was at Goodwill last year, um, they ended up giving us one of these, and I got another one of my own. So when I was looking at it, I sent the photo to Mikey Bags of Money. And do I have it on me? Yeah, I have it on. So my wife ended up getting me a nice Christmas gift. This is a pretty good brand right here. And I like these zip wallets. All right. Men out there or people who like wallets, get a zip wallet. That way things aren't falling out. Like I like this wallet a lot because when I open it now in my videos, you don't have my ID showing and I'm not trying to zoom in to where you can't see like my info. I don't know if anybody have ever caught that in my videos. I will do that with my other wallet. But now this one, it doesn't show anything. So I'm able to open it and get my money out. But inside this mug right here, inside this mug that I got last year, was this. So this is going to be part of it. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway. All right. Right here. And the winner will end up having to just email me and go from there. I don't know what I'm going to title the giveaway, and it's still early. Oh, whoa, it's been an hour already. Usually I just stick to an hour, but we're going to go over that today. But how is everybody doing? If you're a reseller, you're a collector, what do you look for? I asked that because I may be seeing those stuff in my and when I go treasure hunting, and maybe I'll show it and learn something from it as well. Well, not maybe we'll learn. I will learn from it, and it will dawn on me like, oh, I saw that comment about this type of item. I should look more into it. Um, Doors burn. Sonny, do what works for you. It's your business because nobody else knows what's going on in your business. Absolutely. Archie Sonny wins all hair competitions. That's what I'm talking about, Lissa. But I guess it is opinion based. He's just trying to get some brownie points. It's all right. There is another reseller out there going saying in every video that they have the best hair, the the reseller with the best hair. I forget his name, but he says it every time, and I feel like he's taunting me. But I'm okay with that. So glad the VA helped you. My husband was 100% disabled vet. That is really good. When I had 15%, I felt like it was crap for what I was going through and hearing from friends what they're getting and what they weren't going through, right? But that was me and my mindset at the time of feeling like, man, here I am, an adult. I served my time, and now I have things going on with me because I did put myself in that situation to volunteer to do military stuff. And when I went to Iraq the first time, like something snapped in me that I really wanted to go back again. So after I went the first time out of Fort Hood, Texas, when I was still there in Iraq, they were like, "Hey, you could sign up for a bonus and you could choose your next duty station." So my big thing about that was like, let me rake up some money as fast as I can because Iraqi money was good, really, really good. So they're like, the next one in line is Hawaii in my MOS field, and I was like, okay, why not? So I reenlisted. Um, I wouldn't get the bonus until I got to Hawaii. So I reenlisted at the end of my deployment, went back to Fort Hood, and then several months later ended up going to Hawaii. And that's when they had the freaking 40 days and 40 nights monsoon season. It was the worst of the worst monsoon season I believe Hawaii has ever had. And I happened to be there a few days before. So it was pretty insane. Hawaii's awesome. So yeah, when I got to 15%, it took years until Hawaii and come back. But with the VA military, I really wanted to go back and just deploy and rake up some money. But the second one really hurt me mentally. That's when something, a switch, I call it a switch, turned on of me being scared for my life. I've never had that feeling in the military, especially being deployed, having mortars, boom, 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 all around me. Like that excites me. Some people with PTSD scares the crap out of them. For me, it excites me unless it's something I am not like a surprise. If something explodes next to me, like a firework, those crazy fireworks that people have at 2 in the morning or at 1 p.m., in broad daylight, like you hear those fireworks that are just so loud and it startles everybody, and the car alarms go off, and your dog's like going through a panic attack. And here I am curled like a ball in it too. Like those do trigger me. I've even jumped under vehicles at times, and friends like, "What are you doing?" Not knowing I was in the military and my past, because I don't share with everybody, or I didn't at the time. But now I do. Now I feel like it's helped me process through things that I felt I couldn't share with people. So thank you all for letting me feel that way, because it's a really good feeling to be open and not feel like I'm vulnerable to be attacked, but more of welcomed and understood for expressing myself and letting you learn more about me and how I am. Because we all have that in us, to where we don't want to look bad. We don't necessarily want to shine or outshine anybody or be the focus of the group. Like I love people having their moments. I live for moments like that. I talk about that often too. I love being in the mix of things, but I love watching people interact, the smile on people's faces, the way they're just mingling, like these little things that people may not be aware of. I am. Like, I am focused on it. I'm like, this is nice. This is what I call life for me. This is what I've been looking for. This is what makes me happy, which is why I've been saying, find what makes you happy. And this community does. Look, Desiree, he's like trying to get you to pick sides. I would just leave it alone. Bearded King Picker. I was gonna message you today. You know what? Let me go back to this giveaway. So I still need to find, what is it called? StreamYard giveaway? Because StreamYard has a giveaway in here. Where's the StreamYard giveaway page? Where's the link for it? The StreamYard homepage? Let me look at here. StreamYard homepage. That's not it. Okay, there it is. Hold on, folks. We're gonna do a giveaway. Let me go through these comments real quick. Well, before I forget. Bearded King Picker. He's been jumping on TikTok as well. My friend, I need to send you. I'll probably IG you, DM you on Instagram, my cell phone number. So if you jump on, and if you're talking on there and want a buddy hang out with you, like I'm more than happy to do that if I'm not doing anything else. So I'll do that later today. But again, I'm using my phone to do my webcam. I have not figured out my DSLR camera to get back to my webcam settings. So maybe I just need to invest in an actual really good webcam camera. The one that I have ends up being like really fuzzy, not really good quality. And this one, my cell phone comes out really good. It meshes really good. So if people also are looking at wanting to do live streams, say on StreamYard, which is what I'm using, I paid for certain things on here. There's different tiers. I have like the first tier that you pay for, whatever it is. And I think you have up to 50 hours of showtime of recording, but you could always delete different videos in the past if you don't care about them. But you also have the option to remove it from, say, your YouTube or just on there. I just remove it on StreamYard, but you could also download them. So if you want to do some edits now, which is a popular thing, to make them into shorts and use little things that you say that you feel is going to be pretty good to share on something like a story, or just upcycle your video for content to be pushed out, which is really good. And I need to really take my own advice on that and really jump into social media the way that I know that I can, to grow this channel to be the beast that I know that it will become. Um, Angie Ferguson, hello there. That Chihuahua is amazing. Chat Tennessee in the house. I love that Chihuahua. It's the Tip's not here, but I will tell Tip that Chihuahua is the cutest. Marky Mark, Las Vegas in the house. More Las Vegas people. What's going on? Swamp, Picker Glen. Stacy Vogel. Hey, Sonny, Vegas local. I have lots of jewelry for you to come look at if you're interested. Years of collecting vintage to now. I am very interested. Can you please email me SonnyLasVegas702 at gmail.com. I think I have a banner for it. Yeah, I do. Let me get back to the comments. Yeah, I'd be more than happy to, and maybe pick your brain on some stuff. So, speaking of jewelry, go check out Good, Great, Fabulous. She has her own new podcast solely talking about jewelry. But with that, with the way that I talk, as people know me as talking on here on YouTube, on the lives, like my life and my experiences and the mesh of reselling, you will find that on her channel as well, the new one. So I'm gonna post it up here. Again, yeah, I still got it in there. So I posted up the link. So go check it out, folks. Really good content. Yes, social anxiety is real. It is real. But I found like I was defeating myself with social anxiety because I was running away from it, like completely running away from everything. And I was letting that, like, when I was triggered, I would tell Carla, like, "Oh, you know how I am. Like, let's just go home." And I really wanted to just to get away from everybody and go home. And then after a while, I'm like, you know what? I now feel wrong. And I'm really thankful that my PTSD and with the way that I think that I am still able to function, but after time. And I feel like even when you catch yourself, which I'm glad that I do, because a lot of people can't or don't, are worse, and it's hard for them to take these steps to be like, hold on, like, I know that I'm going through stuff, but my wife deserves to have a good time, and I need to try my best for her as well. So I've been able to be like, okay, if people are literally right behind me, because we all get those people who walked within inches behind you when you got space to your left and to your right, and they just want to walk behind you. It's just like people who want to tailgate you when all the other lanes are open, and no matter what lane you go to, they want to follow you. Maybe they think you have the same vehicle as their exes or something, you know? Like, I don't know. Some people are just strange that way. So rather than just getting triggered to the max and reacting the worst way that I could of throwing tantrums, right? Because I didn't know any better at the time. That I started learning, like, let me step to the side. Like, I felt in a way that I feel like they're winning, and it shouldn't be that way. That there's a winner or loser. I feel like after a while, I feel like I'm letting people beat me. I'm letting them get the best of me, and it's not that it's just me anymore. It's my wife, and I talk about my wife all the time. I love my wife, and I respect her so much that, unfortunately, sooner than later, which I wish it wasn't so much later, that I started realizing these things and was like, okay, well, let's do baby steps. I'll go to this booth at this carnival or something, this event, this concert. I'll go to this booth, and I know there's a lot of people, so I'll kind of be on the edge, and I'll watch from a distance, and I'll work my way up to get as close as we can to watching people perform or get on rides and stuff like that. So it's a learning process, and I'm glad I'm able to get over some obstacles, knowing that I'm not the only one going through it. I'm actually putting my wife through it, and I feel like I was affecting her in a lot of ways by me running away from things rather than facing it the best that I could, and then reminding myself like tomorrow's another day. I got these few steps further than what I did last time when I was completely, again, running away from situations that people probably had no idea. It was just me up in my own head. So I'm a work in progress, as we all are. Yes, face the door. Always had to let my husband face the door. Yeah, or have your back against the wall. I still do that. I still do that. Now I'm not so hard and focused on people walking in the door. I'll look at it real quick, I'll kind of glance at them. Like, yeah, that guy's carrying, or oh, she's carrying. Like, who cares? Like, they look like good people. Just forget about it. Enjoy your food, focus on your wife, smile, reach over, hold her hands, and be like, I love you, babe. And then her reaction is usually like, why? What'd you do? She cracks me up every time she does that. I was like, why is it always gotta be what did I do? Why can't you just, say like, thank you, I love you, cool. But that's my wife. She's a firecracker. Lissa, yeah, Desiree, I saw you and Sunny. I could do a nifty show like that. Yes, get Lissa on there. She's amazing. She's wonderful. Get her on there. Um, Lisa, I want you to come on. Yes, okay. Desiree, Matt's up in here. Desiree, you'd be wonderful. Yes, connect with each other, folks. connect with each other. Need safe words. I'm gonna get away from that one. Another comment. Wanda, I'm on the way when I get to the restaurant, sir. I want to be where there is issues I've done figured out. What do you do? Which way to go? Who's coming in and going out? I think I mentioned all of that earlier, and recently just mentioned it again, different things. But I'm learning not to be so focused on like what's coming in the door so much. It's like I said, now I just glance and I observe and I move on. Kian Golding, are you a public speaker? As of last year, I have had two opportunities to do public speaking, and that was at my first one was with List Perfectly, amazing people, all of them. That was in Arizona. And then the second one here was with Katie and Vicky at the Boss Reseller Remix. And that was my second time going. Yeah, second time going. So I will be there next year. So plugging them in right now, Boss Reseller Remix. They're having an event tomorrow. Katie and Vicky, a get together. And I was looking at my Facebook because they messaged me, but I don't see that comment anymore. I thought it was like a message comment, like messenger. Like something on my eyelash. Could just be shiny. But I'm not gonna be able to make it. I was trying to message them back, but I'll probably just do an original message saying I won't be able to make it. Only because of what's going on in my throat. I'm not sick or anything, but some people were like, "You're sick," and I was like, "I don't feel sick. I just lost my voice for a while." But if there's opportunities coming, people would want me to talk. It would also depend on what they would want me to talk about. But I figured, why not go and talk? Like, put yourself out there, learn something from it. And from both experiences, I have learned a lot. My first time speaking at List Perfectly was a lot of fun. I was really serious at the time because that's just the way how it came out naturally. It was really good questions. And then at what I learned from it was at the Boss Reseller Remix. Like I think about stuff all the time. Like my thoughts are into things like how do I get better? How could I talk better? How could I do all these things and still be myself? And I am very good at learning what works for me. And I go into some deep thoughts at times, and they're all good deep thoughts of like how to talk, how to present yourself, chest out, relax. How would somebody what would somebody say to that if they questioned you? Do you have an answer for that? And I think when you're speaking is not so much just on the fly, which I'm very good at. Even with like interviews, I know for a fact that I could go to any interview for anything and kill it. It doesn't matter what you send me for. They're gonna and even if I don't get the job, they'll be like an astronaut. Like I could go and do a really good interview. Now, if it comes to test, that's different. But as a people person and people judging me, I'd be like, this guy could get it. Like he's teachable, and that's what companies want. They want people that are teachable. They want people that can learn and figure things out, and not always be like, is this a person or a woman that's always gonna be after me and asking me for questions? And I love to work independently, but I work even better with people. Your wife is right. You have so much to offer, real person and life. I appreciate you. And there's a lot of people out there that I run into and talk to, and even in private messages, they're like, I don't know if I could do that. And I was like, dude or girl, like I personally know you. Like you're just try it. Just do it. Cause a lot of people say they want to do YouTube, they want to record, they want to create content. My best advice for that is to start recording yourself. Just record yourself. That doesn't mean you have to put out a video right now or the next day. Just start having a backlog of content to where it's like, okay, and start with shorts, start with something small, create a short on YouTube and just let that be the focus, but really focus on goals and what your point of it is. And say, if I'm going to make a video, why would you only do one and then not one like a week from now? I would do like when it comes to shorts, sit down, talk about something that you could focus on that you really enjoy and passionate about, make a video of yourself and then cut it down to portions and make shorts. And depending on how that goes, you could just make the whole video and put it out. I think those are things like podcasts, why they do so well, because it has a nice flow to it. And I'm really happy to be asked for an opportunity to be joining somebody on a podcast. So again, like I said earlier, for those who are in here, that will be coming. I just don't know when. But it will be soon enough. A small single gal. I have always checked out every place I enter, playing 21 billions and 20 billions in euros. It's earned me the title worst case scenario. Yes. My wife is more of like the hardcore, like not better safe than sorry. She says something else. I forget the term that she uses, but my wife is always like, there's never just one way. Like you need to have other options. But have things figured out. Like she doesn't lean towards, well, if I failed this one, I got something else. She thinks plan A is the go-to. This will not fail. And as she's going through the process and like, whoa, there might be a hiccup here. I need to start thinking of other things. Like I think she's good that way, and she has taught me that. Um, to not always be like, well, a plan B, C, D, E, F. Like those are always good, but I think you need to really focus on what you're gonna do and want to do. And then as it's coming along and you're starting to see things like, oh, as I do this, I could see something happening that I need to start preparing for in case, and not so much doesn't work out, because reselling things work out. Like you just got to apply yourself. But when it comes to people and reacting to people, that's a wholly different story. Like there's more than just protecting yourself as I'm just getting an exit. Because now you could be dealing with people running out and hordes, and being trampled all over the place. Oh, Len Tanskerly. What'd you say again? Did my hair? Oh, stop it. Thanks. I woke up this way. Uh Juan Arnold, every emergency has those people. Stay safe. It's so funny. I was looking at a video on TikTok the other day and somebody was doing that. They're like, stay calm, don't worry, there's nothing going on. And people were like, bullshit. And in back of them is like this huge fire just like taking over. And the guy turns around, he's like, run. And it was like, uh-huh. Until you actually face what's going on or see what's going on, then that's your reaction is different. It's like every man and woman for themselves. Like, I'm sorry, little baby. You're only a toddler, but I'm out of here. Just kidding. I would pick up that baby and save him. But then I'll be questioning like, where are your parents at? Like, why aren't they picking you up? So I'm picking Glenn, where have you been asking me this question? It's been around 8 to 9 months. The answer is no, my friend. No, no thrift stores. I'll never get in a thrift store again. Or boutique. Um, All right, cool. Been on TikTok a lot later. Good community over there too. Very, very good. Sonny, you are the sweetest beast. Uh, there's a heart probably for the link. Katie and Vicky are great gals. Unsung personalities the East Coast community doesn't know well. That needs fixed. I agree. I talk about them. I maybe every time I come in a live, something just landed in my hair. Every time I talk about like community and people that I don't necessarily say people I look up to, but me saying their names are people that I look up to. Like, that's how I see it. But Katie and Vicky are amazing. There's people that know the Boss Reseller remix, but don't know that Katie and Vicky run it. And now I believe Teresa Cox. I think that's the trio now. And they are amazing. They are amazing women. They are a powerhouse couple. They are fun. They are welcoming. They are business and they do not BS you. And I say that as in they don't sugarcoat things, but they are also very respectful. They're friendly. They're not rude. Like they are business. They mean business, and I'm glad to have them as friends. They're really really cool. We got Brian. Why did I say Brian? Barbara Florentine. Hello, Barbara. I still have your artwork. I need to unbox it. We'll do that in the next live, okay? Let's do a giveaway though. We're gonna do a giveaway. I don't know how much that gift card is for. What are we in here? An hour and 24 minutes. Time is flying by fast. We're having a good time, I hope, all up in here. I know I am. What should we name the giveaway? Um, you know what? Uh, uh let's do hashtag Hashtag, why not? It's a Goodwill gift. Hashtag Goodwill. All right. Hashtag Goodwill. I have a brand new tumbler. I like this tumbler. It's dual sided, really cool logo on there. And this side coming from Vegas, Sunny Las Vegas, go figure. And then on the inside, it does have a gift card that I just put inside there. So it has a little sticker from Goodwill as well. What is that? It's a flyer. This is careers and thriving and locations here in Las Vegas. I don't think y'all need that, but it does have a gift card. Mikey, when I sent him the photo, he said if it's the one from last year, pretty sure it's $25 gift card. So from me to you, my friends, we're gonna let that run for a little bit, and then we're gonna do a giveaway. Masarato. Oh, Mark, this is what I was gonna get to. What's up, Mark? How are you doing, man? Mark is a stud and an awesome dude. I'm glad I got to meet him at Phoenix, which is where I spoke for the first time. I was hanging out with him, Cat the Nurse Flipper. I had quite a bit of drinks. Um, Rockstar Flipper was one of them. Casey. Um, man, there was a lot of good people out there. Who else? The Florida peeps. Um, why do I have a brain for it right now? Ryan and Rally Roots. Uh, always great seeing them. They came down to Vegas too for the Boss Remix again. Hope they come next year. Uh, I'm excited. I'm excited for this year. I'm gonna do more of what I did last year, just more of it. Um, a lot more fun. I do want to create more content, but not just any content. Like I want to share more of what I do more often. And I think with the stuff that I've been clearing out of my garage and my house from my hoarding, that I am going to be doing a lot more soon here on social media. But there will be some things that are not long form content. It'll be good content, but not all of it will be long form. Bearded King, God is good. God is great. When's your next Whatnot show, my friend? My next Whatnot show is gonna be on the 21st. It's gonna be, I think, 30 minutes. It's the Critter Caravan. Let me see if I have it on there. Yeah, that's all right. If you're on Whatnot, y'all see it. But I'm gonna have things like this since it's animals. Not that one. I have quite a bit of cats, so it's only gonna be 30 minutes on Whatnot for the Critter Caravan. I'm gonna be more of like Noah's Ark, where I have a mixture of different types of animals, and critters. But since that's only 30 minutes, I am gonna after that show on Niknax, I am gonna do a sell pretty much of the same thing, not the same items. I don't have duplicates of stuff, but I'm gonna sell more of like cats that I have, and other things. Like I want to have an animals type theme sell. So here are some things that I will have on. This is by Amy Lacombe, a really cool artist. I've already sold some of these cats on Whatnot months ago. That's some really cool, like just cartoonish type cats. Really good art form. These are vintage. They're all in their 20s. That was not dated, but with the collection that I ended up getting, they are all in their early 20s, early 200s. Speaking of early 200s, I was looking up the other day what MCM, like what is considered MCM, and 1999, the year it came up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm MCM. I'm mid-century modern. I thought that was so funny to me in my head. I was like, that's funny. Here's another one. I love this one, like a nice little angel cat with a little halo. Just that little, like, just funny, cute little face. Even as an angel, like it doesn't make it seem like so serious. It's like just a nice thing to think about, a smile, and things like this really make me happy. They're usually signed Lacombe on there. And this one is actually has the info on the bottom, and these are ceramics. 2002 Lacombe, made in China. And there are different artists on here. This one's by Willits Designs, and they're often numbered. Sometimes they're not, just like that other one. But things like that, and I do have some Tonola type items as well. Like I love stuff. If you haven't been watching my videos, go watch my videos, folks. We got Raj. Raj, is that lightning supposed to be like an S? Raj sings. Raj. Shukra, my friend. Shukra. Um, Oh, Sonny, everything you share is eye candy or fun. Oh man. So for those of y'all who are in here, did y'all see my recent Niknax sale? My voice was like worse than what it is now. It feels really good. But yesterday I felt like it was more like bass, like like that. But today it feels really good. But it was fun. I had fun on it. My dad said I was talking to him today. And I was talking to earlier that I was talking to him, and he was like, "Hey, I watched your Knickknacks thing," and he just started laughing. I was like, "I'm pretty sure I said some like crazy funny stuff," and I love that my dad's able to watch that. We don't talk all the time, but we talk often. Um, and I'm glad there's like more of me that he could be like, I'm gonna go check out my son. And that how cool is that for your parents to be like, or even a family member to be like, hey, I was watching your video on YouTube, or wherever you have it. Like, I like that. That's pretty cool. And I have a lot of relatives. I have thousands. Like my family back home is huge. Sanchez, Munoz, Gonzalez. And then there's like mixes of people, like second cousins. But Barbara, allergies? No, I don't. I'm glad they're not allergies because usually, like my eyes would like feel like they're swollen and chow, and then like just congested. I don't have any of that. It's just been my voice, and then I just like when I'm not drinking water, of course, it feels like just dry throat. But other than that, not really anything. West Virginia mountains. Have you ever farted on a sponge then wiped it on your face? This must be one of those people. Um, you know what? I'm not gonna admit or deny that on here. But you got that one. You got that comment in this time, but you won't get another one like that in here. But I'm glad it's not horrible like some people leave comments, which is like uncalled for. I feel like everybody should go a place that wants to be welcomed and welcome those who are that they're visiting. Blocked? That's not a bad comment. Not yet. Not that I'm asking them to. I give everybody a chance. Sometimes too much chances. What's up, Sal? ¿Cómo estás, amigo? Hope everything's good. My family watches nothing of me. That's not true. You just had who was it? Your daughter with you thrifting. So they don't have to watch you when they're with you. I think that's pretty cool. Like that's awesome. I hate freaking trolls. Well, they smiled. See, it's not too bad. I don't consider that a troll. Some people leave worse stuff. People that are actually other resellers and followers. Like I've had some stuff that people left comments, and I'm like, wow, like that's how you're gonna come at me? Like I've never done anything to you, and I blocked them, and I've actually unblocked them because, like I said, I believe in chances, giving people a chance. And actually, one of them was inside the chat today, like just keeping it real as I always do. Guitar Missy, how are you doing? How are you doing, my friend? But let's do this giveaway. Let me see. What did I put on here? Goodwill. All right, hold on, friends. Let me get this on here. Present, share screen, giveaway. Not the porn site. Just kidding. Uh, giveaway right here. Can y'all see that? My screen's only so big. So I'm not gonna be able to. Actually, I can. Did I change anything? Hold on. How does that look? Did I change anything? No, it didn't change. Okay, the screen stays the same. All right. So I have Goodwill up in here. If you didn't put hashtag Goodwill, um, too too bad, so sad. Hold on, somebody just said something. Sorry, Sonny. Those people coming after nice people. Burns me. Um, See, and that's one thing I'm learning to not be that way. Like I get it, and thank you for agree. If it was on somebody else's channel, it would piss me off too. But it's mine, and I am again a different person than what I used to be. I would retaliate and be ugly, and I don't want to be that way because I know that's not that doesn't make me better. It actually makes me worse. And I'm only speaking for myself. So exclude people that did it multiple times. This is the title of the thingy thingy. Match text Goodwill. Start collecting comments, and out of 18 people, out of who knows how many are in here. Good luck. You are gonna be in the drawing for a Goodwill tumbler, brand new, with a gift card that's on the inside. And I have not used it. I didn't even know it was in there until all this time. And the winner is Sunny Las Vegas. Oh, Mark with the win. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations, Mark. If he's not in here, uh Mark Las Vegas, block him. I blocked him. Okay. Heavy congratulations. What the what? Congratulations, Mark. You cannot regift it. Okay, no regifting. This isn't whatnot. Okay. You are gonna email me or DM me your address. I'm gonna send you something. But I did have memberships come up now, folks. I created a new look at these little baby hairs. Can y'all believe that? 43-year-olds are like baby hairs. That's me, folks. I'm special. But I the memberships that I have, I believe it's called Pay It Forward, and that's gonna go towards um wrong marky mark. I don't get it. But I'm gonna use the memberships exactly for what it is. I believe I have it in the descriptions of what it goes on. But at times too, I am gonna be giving back to the members, and I give giveaways every now and then, but I just want them to know that this is part of a process that we are giving, and also it's gonna be given again. Given to be giveneth againeth. Uh, so if that doesn't confuse you, well, but I thought that would be a really nice gesture. It could lead to me finding a really amazing item and do a giveaway here. So and it could be even a member that happens to come on the live and maybe win it. So who knows? So come back every now and again. Whoa, I can't scream. But Mark, what back to you, my friend. 38 people in the house. Barbara, thank you very much. What Angie, good night. Angie, thanks for coming by. I hope your chihuahua is nice and comfortable. I'm glad that the fireworks are over for the holidays. Lissa said, "Hey Sal, hope Oregon is doing good. You and Cameron need to list live more hints. I need background peeps for work." I agree. Background peeps are great when you're working and you want it quiet, but you also want to listen to what you enjoy, which is for this reselling and just getting to know more about people. They always have a good talk. Sal and Cam. Who I got to meet Cameron. I have yet to meet Sal. He flaked on me. He was crudo when he came down with his friends. I'm just lying. He was not crudo that I know of. But we'll have our chance. And then we have a second member of the day. Thank you very much, Barbara. I appreciate you very much. Guitar Missy, suppose it would be better to say saw you the other day. And hearts. Yeah, folks, that is it. It has been an hour and 38 minutes. Actually, it's Mark paid $20, so we gotta talk about stuff. Ask me some questions, folks. You have some questions? You want to see some more stuffs? I think I thought I had something to unbox, but I might have did it already. I might have did it. We get back at it soon. It will happen soon. Bachelor party in June for my little brother. What? In June? June what? My wife's birthday is June 19th. Yeah, June 19th. I was like, wait, is it July? No, June 19th. My brother Sylvester is July 15th. I don't know my mother-in-law's birthday. What is y'all birthday, folks? Do you have a birthday I want to give a shout out to? Do some shout out birthdays, anniversaries. I love those. I usually ask inside the community tab people's birthdays and stuff. Go get what did Mark say on that? It didn't show that on. Oh yeah, it did. Mark said, "Go get another giveaway for another stream." I will do that, Mark. I will do that. Um, And actually, this is before the 21st, folks. So we may have two giveaways. And depending how things are going, like I like giveaways. I like to give back because that I could afford to now. When before I've talked about my past where I've been really broke, like broke assness. Like people that are broke would look at my broke assness and be like, "Ooh, that hurts. That sucks." Oh, it's funny. Like I've been in ghettos, even in Hawaii, like that I lived in, and people were like, "I'm from the ghetto," and I'm like, "What street?" And they're like, "This street," and I was like, "I was on Ohio Street," and they're like, "Ew, yeah, that's worse." But it's funny to brag about what's worse, but that's the past, and I'm glad we moved out of that. That was a crazy neighborhood. First day, first morning after the first night, obviously, SWAT just raided our complex. That night, like our neighbor underneath us was yelling who knows what at somebody, and I looked down at the window and this guy's peeing through the window. And in Hawaii, they don't really have like modern type windows, at least the places we're living. And it was just a tela screen, and they're just peeing through it, and the guy's sleeping there and being peed on. It was just like, oh man, guy ran out and they got in a fight, and it was just like, who does that though? Who goes to somebody's place, regardless if it's ghetto or not, and does something like that? I can't stand that. Even my dog Tip, like when I take him to the groomers, I see him want to go toward to the building, and I can see like his leg want to prop up, and I'm like, no, 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 dude, that's disrespectful. Like, let's go towards the bushes, away from the building. But when a dog got to go, they got to go. But I do my best to walk them before. But sometimes the sense of whatever they have, like scent to smell stuff, they're like compelled to be like, I need to mark my territory over whatever they smell. So that's just their doggy dog nature. But it looks like another giveaway coming soon at the end of the month, folks. Now I'm like, what? Now the pressure is gonna be on because it's gonna be like, what do I get? Or like, what would be a cool giveaway? Like, I feel like I find cool stuff, but is it really cool to people that see it? Is it pretty, but is it cool enough for a giveaway? There's pressure. That's when my head's again starts thinking in this stuff. Hmm. I got some things to think about. Or reach out to friends and be like, "What do you think? What do you think I should do?" I've always been the person to just think up to a point, and then I shut off right there until I get there. And it's like, okay, I got to do something now. I got to figure it out. Uh, Guitar Missy, Sonny, do you put something in the glass so it will glow? No, I do not put anything in the glass to make it glow. But this right here is a UV 365, the number 365 UV lights. And this one is more of a lower one to see if anything glows. And I don't know if I have anything that glows because this is the one. I'm glad you asked that. This is the one. I thought all UV lights were the same. This is one where I was looking at things like, let me see, maybe I can show you. So this right here, I had something like this similar, right? And I use this light, and you don't see anything glow, right? Other than the blue that's coming off of the UV light. Okay. Not until Sandy, my flipping van life, was like, hey, you should she mentioned it in one of her, I think, Niknax sales about UV lights. And I messaged her like, what do you recommend would be a better light? Because I felt like mine, there may be something different. And she recommended not necessarily this flashlight, just a 365 UV light. And can y'all see that? Like, just the color is different. Like, it actually glows. If it was black inside here, you would see that it glows, but just the color that is not shining blue, like this one, where it's just clear and just capturing the reflection of the light. Like, that's how big of a difference the lights are. Now, that doesn't mean that this light right here or this glass little polar bear is super valuable. Sometimes these aren't. They're just little items, but they're pretty unique. And I like that I've been able to find things better with a 365 UV light. I think Sandy just mentioned today because other people are commenting in a private group chat that we're in. If there's other things other than 365, and I think she said that there is or are up to 400, whatever that numeric number is, UV light. Yeah, I got some nice glowy stuff. um, this is where usually cat the nurse flippers like you need to get on Amazon, get in an affiliate link, and I do need to work on that. For things like that that I often use, not just any random stuff to kind of push. I don't want to promote things that I'm not using. It's I use very little stuff, but it's cool to learn things like this that make a big difference to spot things that may get more value. Like I think that little polar bear will get a few more dollars than what it would have got, wouldn't have got if I didn't find that it glowed. I think you understand what I'm saying. 9/11/80. What? Birthday is June, May 9th. Ooh, May baby. 1 year eBay anniversary would be in April. What? 1 year eBay anniversary? Are we gonna have a cake for that? Elizabeth Ramos, hello, amiga. ¿Cómo estás? How's Caesar? Some really good friends right here, folks. Elizabeth and Caesar. Really, really good people. Really good. Like they just remind me of family back home. I told them that when I met them. And a little background story with Elizabeth here. Uh, she was following me on YouTube, and I ended up going to the bins, and she was there, and she said, "Hey, you're Sunny Las Vegas. I follow you on YouTube." And I was like, "Oh, cool. Like, what do you look for? You know, we're at the bins looking for stuff." She was like, "Yeah, that's my husband over there." And of course, being a man, being respectful, I was like, "Let me go say hello to the husband because you never know how people think, right?" So I go up to him and I was like, "Hey, I just met your wife, and just want to say hello." And also, he was wearing a Dallas Cowboy jacket. I am on both ends, like Cowboys and Raiders, so I watch both. And Cesar is a diehard Cowboys fan, so he just looked at me like, "What? Like my wife said hello to you?" Because she's very shy. According to him. I don't think she's shy, but maybe because she's comfortable talking to me and people who she's comfortable talking to. So ever since then, we've been great friends. And I've invited them over. They've got to see my family. Like they are wonderful people to be around. And they will be starting a YouTube channel soon. All right, soon. And when they do, I'm gonna plug y'all in on them because they're really good people, really good friends. And Epic Square. Can't remember the name, but Caesar needs to get on it. And I think that video is coming up soon. And January, that's just this month. That's awesome. Barbara, 40-year wedded bliss in June. Wishing you a happy new year. Let's have a stellar year. All counts. Big hugs for all. Big hugs, Barbara. Big hugs. And Barbara is a very amazing, talented artist. And the next time, because I've had this art from hers that I purchased from her, from on Whatnot. I've had this for months. I keep saying I'm going to unbox it. I will have it on the next live next week, Thursday. And it's beautiful. You're gonna love it, and it's mine. It's not for resale, but you could have her maybe customize something for you. But you got to go check out her work. I just looked at my calendar, July 18th to 21st. Can some days early. I was in the DM. Oh, it's gonna be early. Uh, it's a giveaway. Anything will work. Sunny, don't overthink it. I can't help it. June 16th, marriage. Congratulations. June 16th, just 3 days away from my before my wife's birthday. 6 kids, 25 holy bajoli grandkids. That is a huge blessing, and 5 great. Time flies. That's awesome, Doris. That is a huge, huge blessing to have. My cousin on the Gonzalez's side, I think my cousin's grandma had like, I want to say 18 kids. I could be wrong, but it was a high number like that. I think it was just shy. Barbara, yes, 365 black light. Let me see if my Amazon opens because my wife is always changing the password on here. And I will see which exact one that I ordered and I'll share the link on here. Here it is. That wasn't hard. Where's the link to this? How do I get the link? Give me a second, folks. There's usually a button that's like, share this here. Not. I'll just get the actual link that's on top. Here's my UV light that I got. Yeah, the one that I have is a dark dawn UV light. 365 NM as in November Mike. 365 November Mike. LED black light flashlight. And this is rechargeable, which is what I love about this one. I don't have to worry about batteries or anything. So it's really good. Um, it's a portable mini detector for pets, pet urine stains, because that's what we all want it for. Uranium glass, money. Ooh, I haven't looked at money on it. Resin, resin curing. Oh, that's fascinating. And the one that I got was a 2-pack. And I don't know where the other one's at. Actually, I think I gave it away to Mercedes, one of the vendors. She gave me a deal and she said, "Hey, I'll give you a deal if you give me a UV light." She really wanted a UV light. I was like, "I got it on Amazon." She was like, "No, I want you to give me it and I'll give you a deal." And I was like, "Okay." So shout out to Mercedes. She does not have a YouTube, but she's a fun, amazing woman. Ooh, I did get something from her that glows. Ooh, I need to get that out the garage. I forgot that's in the box. When we unpacked everything from selling at the flea market, I was like, I'm gonna put this in this box and I'm not gonna forget about it. And now I remember going through my garage every day since then, which has probably been like a month. I'm like, what's in that box? I'll look at it later. Now I remember what's in the box. It's a really big, like really bright uranium bowl. And I think those two glasses, maybe two goblet cups that were there. It's beautiful. Sal's probably gonna reach out to me and be like, I want it. Um I've learned so much. Long way to go. I'm gonna buy one of those lights. Buy one. It is well worth it. Again, rechargeable. You just need your little. It has a cord on it, and it's a very short cord like this. Like, I don't know if you're watching me on the big screen or what, but it's like this long. The cord is very short, and you just need your little plug to put it in. Our dresser in our bedroom has a USB plug, but I usually keep it in the kitchen where my wife always says, "Stop bringing your stuff to the kitchen." Put it in your office with all of your mess. And I was like, but no, because I always come here for coffee. I know I'm gonna see it and I'm not gonna forget about it. But then some like magic dust gets on my head and it clouds it. And I get to the thrift store and I'm like, oh, I forgot the light. I just won't say nothing to Carla. She'll never know. Do you have any luck selling Princess House glass dishes and any Princess House? I believe I have a Princess House. I think isn't this Princess House? I think this is Princess House. Princess House Bear? Let me see. Princess House Bear? Yeah, this is a Princess House. Decided to type it in is right. You know what? I've never checked if this glows. Nope, doesn't glow. But here's something I found pretty cool since we're all here. 33 of us, folks. Thank you for your time. This is a cool one. All right. It has a little crack on the tail because it got chipped and it rubbed up on something and it would have been in perfect condition, but unfortunately it's not. But I love learning stuff. I ended up buying this online. And what do y'all think this glass is made by? What brand? I'll give you a hint. Brands. Do you think this glass hand painted turtle is like a pink iridescent color on it? And if you're guessing Fenton, you're right, but you're not completely right. Um, what up? What up, Josh? Oh, found by chance. Hello, welcome. Do you have any luck selling Princess House? I think I just answered that. Other than that, I haven't come across any other Princess House type items. other than this bear. I've had like 3 of them. This is the last one. I haven't sold it yet. But I will soon. We got Kevin Commonwealth Picker. Your skin glows, brother. I need a shower then. Do I look oily? Oh God, I hope not. Or dewy. Some people are like dewy's the thing. I hope you have a good time, Kevin, there at in Florida. Take care of Carrie for me, which I know Don will, but you know Carrie needs all the help he could get. Um, Kevin, Dave, and Kevin, Carrie, and Dave, they have dead bits. I could be saying it wrong. Um, it's different than Niknax, but it's the same type of site, just a different marketplace. So if you haven't checked that out, folks, go check it out. Especially if you love like 90s and retro style themed toys and figurines and memorabilias. I would go check it out. Kevin's been asking, uh, why am I not on there? I don't have items like that that I go by. Like even in my video show, like I don't really come across too much things like that. I do have a few items, but I may just hand them over to Carrie because I don't have an abundance of stuff like that, nor do I find things like that. I don't know too much stuff, but there is a person that comes to mind, Kevin, that I would reach out to. I've mentioned it to him, and it's Taco Wolf. Taco Wolf, it's killer. The stuff that he has, I've showed it in one of the videos when I was with Carrie and Mikey Bags of Money. Just his portion of what he had is nothing compared to what he altogether has. Um, put away. So I think he would be amazing for that. I would say he is like loaded with what your platform is. So I'll remind him again if he hasn't already and do that. But he's a great guy too. I need to hang out with him more often. I haven't seen him in a while. Missy Guitar, Guitar Missy, June 21st. What? Ellen, hello. Good to see you as well. And is that one Poochie? One little Poochie there? Cesar is doing well. Saying hello to Kevin Lissa. We don't share his face care product links. Missed affiliate opportunities. That's so funny. I will say, folks, I have been drinking a lot more water since even before Christmas. I didn't drink very much on Christmas. I think I had like one shot of no on Christmas. I had 2 shots. It was like this chocolate tequila, and it's a salted chocolate tequila. Oh, it's so good. Like my mouth's watering right now for it. And then something else, I don't remember. And then New Year's, my wife made like this New Orleans drink. I think it's called Prim, and it's pretty much like a New Orleans style fruit punch. Really, really good. And hers was really good. I think it needs like I was telling her like it had sweet in there, but it didn't have enough sweet that maybe to add some like is it honeysuckle? Is like a melon, a melona. So and she was like, "Ooh, I think that would be perfect for it." So that's all I really had. I didn't drink very much. I've been drinking a lot of water, and I've noticed like my hair just be more shinier, darker. So hydrate yourself with actual water. I've been selling for 2 years now. I've had a blast doing it. Best job ever. Yes, found my chance. And I do love your little character on there. I love the characters like that. Good night, Texas lady. Enjoy the live stream. We enjoyed having you here as well. We'll see you again next week. Barbara, awesome. Um, Guitar Missy, the price of the bear that I had, I think mine sold for like 18 bucks. I don't know if they're worth more. Um, yeah, I think mine ended up selling for 18 bucks from what I remember. But there are a lot out there. There's some listed for like 4.99. But you got to read those because it might be that it just has something like a chip on it or a flea bite. I remember mine selling for like 18 bucks. And I think the other one, the first one may have been $12. It's funny that I remember this stuff, but I remember the last one I sold was $18. But I think the one that was it the one that I had, maybe it wasn't. I know the first one sold for 12 and the second one sold for 18, but I'm remembering The one that sold for 18 had something right in the middle, like a birchstone color or something like that. So it could not have been Princess House. It could have been something else. Hmm. Oh, there's a 15% coupon right now on the 365 Lite. Ooh, I would take advantage of that. Two for 24. Bearded, do you collect glass yourself or cuts or just sell it? Um, some of them I keep for myself. For example, they're in the way right now, but there are two type of I already forget the name. I have a brain fart, but they're very valuable ones. There's some like chandelier ones, crystal chandelier, and those glow. It has like a green luster type color. And those are valued, I think, together. Tim over the years, who somebody y'all all need to follow Tim over the years. He has amazing glass. Um, very knowledgeable. I was looking at his recent video today. I was catching up on his videos because I haven't been seeing a lot of anybody's videos lately. I've just been working on stuff, and now I'm able to sit down and actually like get back to YouTube and comment and view stuff as well. Support people the way they support you when you can. So he's an expert in them, and he valued the two of them at around $1,400. So those have been to me like investments of I don't need the money for it. I would love to sell it and see the money, but I know the value of it because of him and learning off of things that if there's ever something like, hey, I need to bring some money in fast, I could list those. Those are really sought out for. And there's already viewers that I shared the two out there every now and then. I have them on my Instagram. If you scroll through them, you're gonna end up seeing them. I did like a little highlight, which I have new ones now, like this Amberina one. I got these for like I think $5 for the pair, and they're not worth much, like 15, but they're pretty cool. Like these glow too. Sabrina color. Just really cool color that goes on there. Really strong glow on the bottom. Yeah. Yeah. 2 hours and 1 minute? Who's giving me a time limit? Sal does need more pieces to collect. So what do y'all think about I've been thinking about content of sharing glass, but I know I'm gonna be judged on it because I don't know glass that well. But I think you could all agree with me that I am picking up some really good stuff. Some stuff I pick up just because it's cheap and affordable, and I want to do something with glass. I really want to start making some things with them. And I for a while I've been saying don't buy projects, Sonny, because I never knock them out. But with like things like glowy glass, like I would love to make things with that. And I've even talked to other people that do it, and they're like, do it, I'll show you how. And but I've been looking at YouTube videos. Plus, that equipment is pretty expensive. Found by chance. Thanks for the reminder. So if you said Fenton again, you are correct, but you're not completely correct. So this is actually by Linux and Fenton. Linux up on top, the Fenton maker mark, and then it does have the signature. So this was pretty cool to come across, not knowing that you could have both collab on one item. And what's pretty cool about these two is that the signatures from like Vincent pieces, Lennox pieces that are hand painted is not so much by one artist. They would buy these glass pieces from people. They would manufacture them, obviously, and they would have different artists come in. Although they're near identical, oftentimes they're by different makers. So sometimes it's not so much the name that's on there, it's just the value of an actual signature can bring more value, but it doesn't mean it always does. But to have a Fenton and Lennox, like I was like, that's freaking awesome. And of course, the hustle man will say that Avon, but don't knock on Avon. Avon has some really good stuff out there that people overlook because people give it misinformation, not so much misinformation, just not enough information about what they are particularly talking about. Like, oh, Avon doesn't sell. There's different types of Avon that sells. And that, you know what? We could do this right now, which I want to be more of. Let me open up eBay. All right, I'm gonna do this right here. Share screen, electronics, share. Let's go to Avon. Oh, Avon celebrity figurine. All right, on here. And I forget the name, but I ended up buying a figurine and it was a couple, like two people on one figurine that were celebrities. And it was brand new in box and again, always condition and things matter. So now I'm going to go I always do highest just show what's on there. Mine sold for 34, but that was like 8 months ago. You have different ones. Avon images of Hollywood. There we go. Oh, let me know. This is one thing too when you're researching stuff. You the titles do matter. I just put in something vague to help me narrow down what I'm looking for. Um, I'm just gonna leave it as that. John Wayne came up. I just want something vague that pops up. Let's go with sword. Man, it takes a while to get down there. And then so someone here, Avon Images of Hollywood, lot of 6. That's a pretty low number. I wouldn't have priced it that to be honest, but the shipping of $22.85, that seems pretty fair for that. It's pretty much like a large flat rate box, depending on how you package it and how the height of it is too. It might have to be like a different box outside of priority box. The plates, I never do good on plates. So I don't even bother looking at them until I end up seeing somebody sell one and it changes. And now that I say that, I'm thinking of something else that I hope I remember in a moment. We'll go look at it. And they're gonna be like Ralph Lauren plates. I found two of them for like $4 and it was lotted together, taped up at Goodwill. And when I seen it, it was pretty cool. And they sold for like $40 each. And they weren't very big. They were like little 4-inch plates. And they sold separately. John Wayne, 99 cents. This is why I don't do um bids, auctions on eBay. And like I said earlier, and I've been saying, if you're gonna price something and you know it's worth, say, $40, right? Just throwing out a number. If it's worth $40, why would you start it at a dollar? I would do something like $15. If you're not worried about like if it doesn't sell for what it could go for. But on the other hand, if you have an item, say like John Wayne, which I don't know the numbers on it, is just an example. If you see that John Wayne is selling for $40, give or take $5, why would you drop it to $15? Leave it at the going number and let people decide. I feel like that's cutthroat, but then again, you get to sell whatever you want. You don't have to listen to what I'm saying. But if you have a going number, why would you cut yourself off of some making more profits? And you could still have it at that price and do a promoted ad. You could still have better offer available and all of that. They don't even need to send you an offer. Some people just want to buy it just because and they'll buy it straight out. So there's different ways of pushing your items out there without cutting yourself short. But the ones that I had was I actually sold for quite a bit. And I don't remember the name on it, but it was brand new in the box. I ended up getting that at a garage sale for oh, look at this one. See, that's a pretty good price right here. This one sold for 75 bucks. Set of 5 Avon Images of Hollywood porcelain figurines. And then shipping, was there shipping on there? For economy shipping, still not bad compared to the other one that had multiple ones. Now, the things with that, like I said, the words are different. You always got to test things out, even like t-shirts, T, spell out T, T-E-E, t-shirt together, T space shirt. Like that all makes a huge difference. Mm, but anyways, let me get to the place. I don't even know if anybody's in here. I don't know if I lost any of y'all because I never really talk about looking up items, and these are this is stuff I want to start doing again. Ralph Lauren plates. Oh, I think it was China. Fine China. And then go down. Look at that. Vintage elegant Ralph Lauren holiday McLean tartan fine china. Brand new. That could be a variety of things brand new. like brand new in a box, brand new, no box. Who even knows if they even came in boxes back then? It was just like, here, put this in your pocket or in your hands and move on. Polo Ralph Lauren, 1995, set of four, salad plates, platinum. Oh, that must be the color. I don't know if that's actually platinum. Platinum's pretty valuable. And shipping, $21.55. Not bad. Pretty good shipping price right there. Ralph Lauren Polo Crest salad plates, 8-inch set of four Wedgwood fine china. Ooh, with Wedgwood? Is that a collaboration? Now I'm interested. And this what sends me down a rabbit hole in a good way of learning about stuff because you just never know. The two plates that I ended up finding had that crest, but all the way around. It was more like a chain link, and it had those leaves, which are laurel leaves, Laurel, laurel, MCM. But where's the Wedgwood? Here we go. Ralph Lauren Polo Crest Wedgwood fine china. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Very, very cool. Oh, I don't even know if y'all seen that. Because I opened up another window. Oh my gosh. How do I do that? I got out of it. My bad, folks. You're probably like, what happened there? Let me get to that. Share screen. Share screen. I want to share that Wedgwood. This one. This is what I was talking about. I probably lost all of you on there. My bad. Wasn't paying attention that it opened up a separate window. So that was me rambling for a moment. I enjoy little characters. Love that little turtle. I love Avon. Reminds me of childhood. 25 people. I probably lost 5 people. Like what? Sonny lost me. I get paid up for a couple of glass faces. Makes me nervous. Hoping I'm not just going to make my money. Hoping I'm not just going to make my money back. You know, back to like knickknacks compared to whatnot. Like I kicked myself in the butt for pricing things really low and just hoping. I shouldn't have hope. I should have been a smarter business person. On knickknacks, I feel like customers there really appreciate what you have, what you're sharing, and they know the value of something. And if they're able to get a good deal, good. And good for me too, because the prices would not sell for $1 on there unless it's just something that nobody's interested in, which is possible. Very possible and common. But price your things just appropriately. I list stuff like even when what did I sold? I sold a Blanco vase, green trumpet flute vase. Um, I bought it for $5 and it sold for 40. Sandy did message me, said it should go for at least 75 to 80. And I figured why not? You know, like I am making profits off of things. Let's have some fun. I still gonna profit off of things. So a good deal is a good deal. I bought it for $5. It sold for 40. We all have items that we come across that was like, man, I should have priced this for that. But now with my mindset of learning to let things go, I am more than happy with that. I am beyond content with that. I am thankful for it that I could find something for $5 and set it for 40. I've only had it for a few days. Um, I could have sold it faster. I could have listed it at 80, but now it's like I want to have sales. I want to let people know, like on Niknax, when I'm going to have glass sales, like I'm going to bring it the best that I can and not bring things like I feel like I did to myself in a bad way on whatnot, where I should have been better at it. So you're treat your business like a business and you can't ever go wrong. Unfortunately, I just got caught up in things that people do on other platforms and felt like that's how people do it. Let's do it that way. And I regret it. But it's a lesson learned. Uh, the Avon Murrays from your childhood? What? There's a lot of things that I see out in the wild. Like the little kids playing, they're like little chunky white kids with blonde hair. They're usually blue eyes and they're like wall decor and they're usually gold color. Like I'm always like, that's Avon or Finger Hut. Like I remember when my tias, my grandma, my mom, like everybody in this small town of 1,000 or less were selling to each other. And it's like you see that now over here, like at thrift stores or at flea markets. And I'm like, man, that stuff is still sticking around like it's made to last. Things are I shouldn't say that. Things are still made to last. But there are things in the past that I'm like, wow, how did that survive all this time? And I look at that too, saying that I look at like things like, do I have it next to me? I have a like Fenton blue opalescent glass basket. The thing is beautiful. I had it in one of my videos that I got from a neighbor, again for $5. Really good deals. and and I'm like, man, I need to take care of this stuff because it's lasted this long. Like, who has not got an item that you're like, this is amazing, this is this old, and then you sit it down, you're like, I'm not gonna drop it, I'm not gonna put anything on it, I'm not gonna break it, and then all of a sudden you keep tapping it, you bump into it, and you're like, oh, that was a close one. And then the next day is like clink, like, oh, that was a close one. And then it's like, you're like, damn it, why did I not just take better care of it? So it's like you almost want to break it, but not really. What's up, Zicket? What's going on? Um, Beard King Picker. Well, folks, I have had a amazing 2.5 hours with you. I am going to be doing more of these lives, but I'm also going to be working tomorrow on a video. I hope to have it up by tomorrow. Sunday. Ray, Ray and Dustin. I think it's gonna be live. He invited me to go back on his show, the Nashville Flippers. So I may be live on there. So stay tuned on Sunday. Um, don't remember what time it is. I think there is Tennessee East Coast or Central. What is that? But when they have it on there, I'll be sharing it in my community tab. So come hang out with us. Ray's a really awesome person. Both of them are the duo. Really good reseller, really good friend. I got to meet him at FlipCon. Um, and had a good time. I met a lot of people there. That was also a pretty good video. If you haven't seen that, go watch all my old videos. Look back at my first video where I sold the Tro. I was looking at the other day and I want to start making recycling those videos like then and now. And in that video with the Rust Tro, that kicked me off on this whole reselling journey of making profits to do things, and I've come a long way since then. But in that video, I also have a Robert Weiland shark that I found for like $7 or something. That was an amazing find. And I'm like, I shared the Rust Troll over the Robert Weiland, but to me, the Rust Troll was pretty important to me over the Robert Weiland. Just more of like a middle school story that I had in my head. So it was pretty cool. Wanda, I'm about to get out of here too. Have a good night. Everyone in the chat had a great time. Love the live. I appreciate you for that. Well, in Nashville, it's central. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know my like geography like that. But ladies and gents, have a wonderful night. If you're still up, watch some of my videos if you haven't already. I am gonna be going downstairs, hanging out with Tip. It is only 8:33 right now. I'm gonna watch a movie, but at the same time, be catching up on Mikey's new video, the rest of it. So take care. Have a great night. I'll be sharing more videos soon. Tomorrow, I should be coming out with one around the evening time, and then I will be sharing the link to Ryan's live that I'm going to have with him on Sunday on his channel. So stay tuned for that community tab updates. Have a good night. Stay safe. See you all again soon. Find what makes you happy. Mikey Bags of Money still in the house. Have a good night, Mikey. You and Super Court.